Hey everyone, it's Bree. So today I'm doing my video which has been very highly requested, and that is menstrual cups, the basics. So I've just written down a few things. If you see me looking down, that's why. So in this video I'm going to explain to you what a menstrual cup is, how to insert it, how to remove it, and tips and tricks. So I've got 3 menstrual cups that I'm using to just show you today, and they are these 3. Okay, so I'm using two my coloured ones because they're slightly easier to see on camera, and then this clear one. So the first one is my small Maluna. I've cut the stem completely off, but it did have a ball stem. This is the Maluna. Small, soft, firmness Maluna. And I believe this colour is called Cyan. Then my pink Sibel cup. The small size stem. And then my Lunette cup. Now the Maluna and the Lunette are pretty much 2 of the most popular brands of menstrual cups. I'm using them in this video and I'm also using the pink one because it looks pretty and you can easily see it on camera. Please forgive me, I've still got a bit of a cold, so I've got a bit of a cough. Right, so first of all, what is a menstrual cup? Well, a menstrual cup is an alternative to a tampon, and it's an alternative to a tampon because it's much more safe, there's no health risks associated with it, and it can also be more convenient for you because you don't have to go and buy tampons every time you get your period. You have your menstrual cup and it can be used for 5 to 10 years. Now, a menstrual cup is either made out of medical grade silicone like the Lunette or out of TPE like the Maluna. Most menstrual cups are made out of silicone though, so bear that in mind. Now, the way a menstrual cup works is it collects your fluid instead of absorbing it. And what you do is you simply push it down, insert it into the body, and it will collect your fluid. Then you can leave this in for up to 12 hours, and unlike a tampon which says you can leave it in for up to 8 hours, but very rarely people do that, this can actually be left in for up to 12 hours on your light day. Pinch it and you walk it down. So that's the basic overview of a menstrual cup. Some of them are softer in resistance than others. So this one, the top one's soft and you can see it caves in before the Lunette does. And that's why it's softer. I'll use the Maluna to demonstrate this next bit. So how to insert a menstrual cup. Well, my first top tip is to use lubricant. You're going to need it, trust me. You don't want to scare yourself the first time you do it because it can hurt if you're too rough with yourself. You know, you want to make sure you've got lots of lubrication on your cup so you're nice and relaxed and everything, and that's the most important thing. Relax your muscles. Most people say it feels like they're gently peeing when they do this, and I'd say that's probably the best description I can find for that as well. So this is a cup. Now you'll see there are some holes at the top of the cup. These are the suction release holes. This is what helps your cup to pop open when it's inside you, and you want to make sure that they aren't blocked of anything. So first of all, there are a number of different ways you can fold your cup. You can do the C fold, which works like this. Ooh, she says and then can't do it. There's the punch down fold, when you basically punch the rim down inside the cup. It gives you a very small pointed end. And the 7 fold is the last one I'm going to show you. Makes a 7 shape. Okay, so those are 3 folds. I have a video on menstrual cup folds. If none of those work for you, go and look at that because there are a couple of others you can try. The next thing you do is when you fold it, I'll just put the punch down fold in for now. You insert it into your vagina and you let go of the rim and it should pop open like that. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate with my hand. So you insert it and then it should pop open. Now, the holes will help it to form a suction seal around the walls of the vagina. However, you don't need that suction seal for the cup to work. You just need it to pop open. It will be here, and now you cannot feel a menstrual cup when it is inside you. Most people are surprised about this, but it's because, you know, you can see how a menstrual cup just moves and can mould to any shape when you're walking or stuff. It doesn't stay stock still like a tampon would. It just completely moves with your body. But also you've got to remember, there's hardly any nerves down there, which I know is surprising when you think of sex and stuff, but actually the only real nerves you have around that area is your G-spot, and that's actually on your bladder. That's not in your vagina. So you don't have many nerves there, because if you think about it, when you've got to push a baby through, you get a head through there, it would be killer if you had a lot of nerves down there. So you think of that, you won't feel this when you're walking around. And you can do anything with a menstrual cup. You can run, you can swim, you can go upside down. I've done handstands with one on and you can't notice it. So yeah, you can do anything with a menstrual cup in. And so once it's inserted, you can leave it in for up to 12 hours. However, depending on your flow, you may need to empty it before that. On my heavy day, I find I need to empty it every 6 hours. And even then, it's only kind of full up to about there. It can still go right up to the holes. Some people say they can go up to the rim. I prefer just to go up to the holes, to be honest. So yeah, and now I'll take the lunette. This is going to be for demonstrating how you get this out. So what you do is you have this basically contained inside you. And what you want to do is you want to reach up. This is going to be really hard, yeah. You want to reach up into your vagina, just to the bottom of the cup. If there's a stem here, I cut all my stems off because I don't need them. My cervix is really low. Pinch the base of this cup and gently walk it down, then pull and out. Now, some people find that that can hurt, and you want to make sure you angle it down when you're coming out. This is because at the top of your vagina is your urethral tract. That's quite sensitive. If you hit that, it can hurt, and trust me, I've done that. Another top tip, this is my biggest tip I think for getting cups out, I'm going to do it this way to show you, is when you're pulling the cup and it's just about to come out, you want to fold it. So you take 3 fingers, push the middle one in so that the cup gets bent like that, and then pull it out. And you can pour the fluid into the toilet. And that is exactly what you do once you've removed your cup. You pour the blood, menstrual fluid, into the toilet, rinse it out under the tap, or if you're in a public toilet you can take some tissue paper, toilet paper, and just wipe your cup out and reinsert it. And that's it. If you're out and about, you don't have to worry about cleaning it so much. Just make sure you clean it very thoroughly the next time you take it out. A menstrual cup won't dry out the inside of your water vagina. You can use one any point. You don't have to have had sex. You can be a virgin, you can use one. You can have had a baby. There are different sizes for different people. So you just got to figure out what you think would work best for you. And most of these brands will help you with that. So, top tips and tricks. First one is do not panic. It can look kind of scary when you've got that thing and you're just like, oh, what am I going to do? You know, how's that going to get inside me? Trust me, it will. A lot of people are worried about, is it going to leak? Well, it can leak if you don't get it in properly, but after a while, you'll have this down, no problem. Does it matter if I wear it for longer than 12 hours? It doesn't. It will probably fill up, but you won't be at risk of TSS, unlike with tampons. There is no risk associated with menstrual cups. There is no risk associated with any menstrual cups, in fact. They're free of all the chemicals, so you don't have to worry about things like dioxin and that getting into your cups like there are in tampons. Another thing that's really good is that they give you a lot more freedom. Anyone who has a heavy period or who cramps badly often find that they get better with these. It's not guaranteed. Do not think that it's a guarantee. For some people it doesn't have any effect at all. However, there's no harm in trying, and you will probably find you like this along the way. I found my periods got shorter when I started using menstrual cups and cloth pads, but that's another video. Because there's no chemicals, so I was about 6 or 7 days with my period, and now it's more like 4 or 5 days. So it's also really light now, so I can actually wear this for 12 hours, you know. Great for school if you're a teenager, because you can just pop it in and that's it. Leave it for the rest of the day till you get home. Don't have to worry about having a period, which is great. You don't get sweaty, you don't get itchy, you don't get any of that stuff. You don't have to have shaved down there. In fact, you don't really need to do that anyway, but obviously it's personal preference. And yeah, so if you have any questions, then please tell me down below. Oh, lubricant. You're going to want to use a water-based lubricant, and do not use Vaseline. I said that in my Help for Teenagers video. That was a while ago. I've since learned not to do that. Oh yeah, the last thing, your hymen. This is a big thing. If you're a teenager or a virgin, you don't have to be a teenager to be a virgin, a lot of girls ask me about your hymen. There's a big debate over, does your hymen break or does it significantly stretch, or is it even there at all? Right, okay, I'm going to say my personal belief is, you know, there's no actual known knowledge about these things. So it's either what you think of, does it break or does it stretch? Now, I personally believe it breaks or, you know, tears, but one of my best friends thinks it stretches. So we're going to just talk about that. Using a menstrual cup can break your hymen if you haven't already broken it. It's possible to break it riding a bike. You may have broken it and not even know, but it can break your hymen. So just bear that in mind for religious purposes. If you need your hymen intact, it's not a good idea to use a menstrual cup. Your hymen is there. It does exist. It's not a mystical thing. It is there, and it can hurt. You know, it's a very thin layer of skin that has holes in it, which is why you shouldn't break it with a tampon. But a menstrual cup, because when you pull it out, it's kind of thick, kind of completely covering against your vagina, it can hurt, which is why I always recommend use lots of lubricant, because, you know, once you've done it, it's done for good. You know, it's not going to magically appear again. I was kind of lucky. I had mine broken in operation. I had to have a little while ago, so I didn't have to worry about it with menstrual cups. But yeah, just bear that in mind. I will do a video on that whole hymen issue, but that's just something for you guys to consider. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and comment any questions you have down below. Thanks again.